Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today in this video I am discussing about the test documentation or the test document and also the parts of test documentations. So let's start the video. This is the basic outline that I will cover in this video. What is test documentation? Why we need a test documentations? Different parts of test documentations and benefits or drawbacks of test documentation. What is test documentation? Test documentation, as the name suggests, it is the important part or the document which is being prepared while doing the software testing, and it is prepared for the testers who test the applications, and it makes the testing for the tester more precise. Who test the applications modules, different modules. It makes testing planning and performing, reviewing and executing of testing easy and verifiable. Means that by the test documentation, if the test documentation is prepared properly, then it is easy for the tester to understand the flow of applications and to understand the application from end to end, because the testing activities is consume 30 to 50% of overall software development. So it is necessary that the testing should be performed very well. So test documentation play a vital role in that. Documentation help to identify test process improvement that can be applied to the future project as well. For example, the test documentation can be seen in a software product which launched by proper user guidelines and uses is an example of test documentation. Like if any product which is being launched by Microsoft or Google is being launched by with the proper user guidelines and with the limitations of it, so it is the example of test documentation. And testing documentation consists of these following scenarios, like test scenarios, test case, test plan, requirement traceability matrix, test strategy, test data, bug report, test execution reports. In test documentations, the test scenarios, test case, test plans and RTM is the internal testing or the internal documentations, while the test strategy, test data, bug report and test execution report is the external documentation which is being prepared after the testing is being done. Why we need a test documentation? The test documentation plays an important role for the software tester who tests the application, and it is necessary for evaluating the testing efforts needed, its requirement, and tracking or understanding the bug. So it is being required at that time that what we if we have released one version of the software applications, and what are the bugs or test cases which are being failed while in the initial phase of the application. We can understand with the help of test documentation if it is being prepared well. Without proper documentation, it is difficult to understand the end-to-end scenarios of the applications, and it makes testing more precise. It will be helpful for review application in future release of product or updation of software. In documentation, a clear objectives or step-by-step test plan is being given to achieve them, and also important condition is being specified in document. So it is easy for the tester to test the application from end to end. So we have need the proper test documentation while doing the software testing. Types of test documentation or the parts of test documentation is as follows, like test scenarios, test case, test plan, requirement traceability matrix, test strategy, test data, bug report and test execution report. What basically the test scenarios is? Test scenarios is the end-to-end application modules, but they have no relations with the input-output correlation. The test scenarios complete all the aspects of the applications, and it is the combinations of testing the applications, and it consists of the document that defines the multiple way to test the applications. Test case. Test case is the detailed document that describes the step by step to follow to test the applications, and it also contains the step by step of complete navigation of applications. In this we will write the tested applications and write the test case to maintain the consistency of the applications, and every tester will follow the same approach for organizing the test document. RTM, the requirement traceability matrix, is the test coverage method to understand that how many test cases is being executed and which test cases is being failed. It is the traceability matrix which is being prepared to understand the test coverage. Test strategy is the process which is being prepared by the manager and the team lead, so that the test what should be the objectives and the other templates we have to use and the future scope of the particular testing can be undergone in the test strategy. Test data is the data which is being prepared to test the application, and it is mainly used when we are implementing the test case. Mostly we will have the test data in the Excel sheet format, and we have input it manually, and we will first of all enter the data as we compare it with the actual and the expected, so that while we doing the software testing, we first of all see the applications by giving them input and see that the output of the application is as per the requirement or not. A bug report is the defect life cycle, as we have discussed. It is similar to that the detailed report of the bug is being prepared by the tester to report it to the developers to fix it. So the bug report is the external test document which is being prepared after the proper testing is being done, so that the bug can be fixed as soon as it being possible. Test execution report, it is the report which is being prepared after all the execution of testing is being done. Means the proper documentation of the application is being done, the test execution report is made and which is given to the project manager, which is verified by them, and then it is being considered for the future projects as well. And if any bugs or errors is being coming, so that it can be used at that time also. What are the benefits of test documentation? Basically, the test documentation is helpful in coordination with the customer if they have need any installations or any help at the time of using the application. So the tester or the particular team managers can connect with them to help them out. So if a proper test documentation is being present, then the customer can uh, it means the application is user friendly for the customer. It ensures the clarity about stability of task and performance. It clarifies the quality of method and objectives, means that what are the guidelines and what should be the steps that the particular end user have to follow is being considered in the test documentation, so it is beneficial for that customer or the end user. It provides feedback for your planning cycle, means that the plan that is being prepared by the manager and team lead, it is being reviewed by the particular project manager, so it is considered as a feedback for the planning cycle. It is a time saving process because we can easily refer to the text document, means we can understand that how we have to check the particular applications, or what are the objectives and methodologies we have to use while doing the testing of the particular applications. These are the benefits of test documentations. Basically, the test documentation is being divided into two document parts, that is internal documentation and the external documentation. The internal documentation is basically consist of the test scenarios, test case, and the test plan, while the external scenarios is being considered as the bug report, test execution report, test data. All that aspect is the external documentation, external test documentation. Drawbacks of test documentations: if test documentation is not prepared properly, then it might replicate the quality of system. Sometimes the cost of document will be exceeding its value. It is being prepared by the person who does not have the product knowledge. So it is being necessary that the proper test documentation is being prepared while communicating with the project managers or the team lead. And it should be, if once the test documentation is being prepared, it is the responsibility of the project managers to verify it, and then it is being prepared. So it might sometimes confusing for the persons who have developed or prepared the test document, because the updation of the software is being coming, or the modification which is being done by the developers, by providing the proper guidelines by the customer. Then the parallel changes is being required in the test document as well. If the changes is being not coming at the test documentation, then it might create hurdles for the particular testers. So the proper parallel changes is being done in the test documentation also required. So to remove these drawbacks, the proper test documentation is being required. So the communications between the different managers, team leads, and the test engineers is required while preparing the test document. Thank you. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. And keep learning, keep watching. Thank you. Thank you very much.